So with Facebook, how many of you are familiar with friends lists? I'm sure all of you have a personal profile. So just recently, Facebook made a change. Friends list was one of the best kept secrets about Facebook. And it's actually one of the best tools that you can have when you're using Facebook, because one of the common things that people tell me that they're concerned about is, I'm afraid of sharing my personal life with my professional life, so I choose not to use Facebook at all or to just keep it strictly personal. So with a friends list, it's no different than a database like Constant Contact. So if you're running a database properly, you have subcategories. You have specific categories of lists that you market for specific reasons at certain times. You can set up lists on Facebook to do the same thing. Let me see if I can open this up for you here. So what you're looking at, can you read that very well, or is it too small? Let's see if I can magnify it for you. So this is where it happens. You go to home, and over here in the column, over here, there's a column over here called List. You check on List, and then this opens up. And from here, you can create a list. They're giving you now, they meaning Facebook, are giving you some basic list categories that you can use if you like to. Otherwise, you can build all kinds of custom list names. And it can be endless. It can be for past clients, for your family, your friends. These are all the different categories that I've built for friends. Yes?
Is that just people that have liked you on Facebook?
They're your Facebook friends. So when you be...
They have to engage us first.
Not necessarily. So when you're going out, reaching out, looking for friends, and you see somebody, you send out a friend request. What you can do is, before you hit send on that request, is you can put them in a friend category first. Send the request, and then when they receive that, if they accept it, they automatically go into one of these lists. It's automatic.
Okay. So the owner, we have a business Facebook page, but on that page, we cannot friend anybody.
That's because a page is not a friend of anyone. A page is a page, and it's an entity in Facebook land. An individual with a profile can befriend other friends.
We have,
right.
The owner has a page that now our business page is linked to.
Yeah.
And, you know, so it has to work out of her page, the owner of the business.
Say that one more time.
Our business page is linked to the owner's personal page.
Okay. She liked your page?
No.
Oh.
She's an admin, probably.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, if she's an admin, well, that's a whole different conversation, because anyone who's made an admin of your business page can go in there and edit the page and change the settings and post on it and do all kinds of things that nobody else can unless they're an admin.
Yes, I understand that.
Right.
My point is that we, from the business page, we can't like anybody, we can't befriend anybody. It has to come from her administrative page.
So it's like LinkedIn.
Yeah,
It's tied to one
Her,
person's
yeah.
profile. So if I own a business but I don't want to keep it up,
Uh-huh.
I have to give somebody my LinkedIn password.
Okay.
And trust that they'll do the right thing.
Right.
It's tied to a person.
Right.
That's what LinkedIn and Facebook
And,
are about.
and we don't want it to be tied to a person.
Well, it has to
Oh.
have an administrator.
Well,
I think what she's trying to say, and if I'm wrong,
Okay.
I think what she's trying to say is, and I have the same problem, is that as a page, you don't have the power of saying, hey, do you want to be friends? I'd like to be friends with you. I'd like to be friends with
That's
you.
right.
And then they can then be friends with you.
yeah.
Instead, as a personal person, I have to make friends, and then because because I administer this page, then they get information. And what we'd like to do is skip that person, and we'd like to be able to make it so that the page is able to interact.
Well, it is. They've changed the rule. They've actually, they've made it a lot better than it ever was as far as your page being able to interact. It's like night and day. A couple of years ago, when you went to build a page, you had a couple of options. You could build a page without it being underneath a profile. In fact, there was a rule that said that if you're like Coca-Cola or GM, well, there's no Mr. Coca-Cola or Mr. GM. There's no person there. That's an entity. So you could build a standalone page that was not underneath a personal profile. And then, like the rest of us, you know, here's me, and now I have a page underneath me, and it's called Pete Sabine Real Estate. Okay, so those were the two ways you could build pages a couple of years ago. I don't know that you can build a page standalone without it being under a profile anymore. I believe that they did away with that because I've tried in the last 6 months or so and had no success with that. So you're pretty much stuck having a page underneath a profile. Yes?
So basically, you have your personal profile, you, and then you have your page, right?
Yeah.
And then when you interact with other people, it comes from your personal, right?
It can. In other words, your page now can go out and like other pages. And this is a great strategy that I highly recommend, is as soon as your page is built, go out and find other business pages to like, because there's a strategy that you can market through the likes of those business. In other words, let's say you like ABC Realty and you're BFD Realty and you like that page, okay? So there's a strategy using Facebook ads where you can market your ad to only the people that like ABC Realty. You can actually piggyback on all their likers, even if you have none, through your ad, through an ad that's tied to those likers.
See, but that's where the problem is, that when we go and like somebody else's page, it doesn't come up as our business liking other business, because that is our owner likes that other business.
And the owner is not. People
What you have to do,
You have to be an admin to be able to like that.
actually what you have to do, you can change from you can change it from an admin position through your page to your page acting as you. There's a way to switch that. It's on the right column. Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, but.
No, that's no problem.
This is why we can't.
This is why we're here.
I'll show you.
You want to use this, you want to use
Yeah.
Facebook as, you know, whatever the
Right.
name of your company is or
Right.
organization. And then you can switch that back so you can use it as your personal page.
But they would
Exactly.
have to do it if their owner only has
Right.
admin rights to it.
If you
then
don't,
it
if
won't
you don't
show
have
up.
admin rights, you can't see that.
We do everything, but it's under her name because, you know.
The only thing I was able to do is to switch, if you post anything on our business page, it will be posted as our business. That's
correct.
the only thing, but whenever I go to somebody else's page or anything like that, I can't post other businesses, post as
Before you go,
owner.
can I
Yeah.
ask a question?
Yeah.
On those lists there, if you post something, it still goes to all those people on all those individual lists, does it not?
Before you hit send on your post, you can choose, you can select with whom you wish to share it. It can be one individual friend, it can be a category of friends, like all your,
Family, or you can just work with
Mhm.
people.
Right. That's why friends list is the very first thing you want to do if you're new to Facebook, and it's the very first thing you want to go back and do if you're not new at Facebook. Having your friends segregated appropriately is everything on Facebook, because it allows you to safely share and separate your business and your professional world. The other thing here, going back to where we're headed here, here's a page, one of my pages. Over here you have an option. It says use Facebook as Pleasant Hill Community Connection. At this moment, this page, because I'm an admin of this page, anything that I do tied to this page, the way it is right now, is coming from me because I'm the admin of it. As soon as I hit that, it's my page speaking. And that is different. It hasn't, I mean, just up until like a year ago, I think, or less, they didn't have this feature.
So this way you can post to your company's page if you want to make a comment personally.
So
And
look,
then your company can respond, or they can make their own posting.
and here's how, yeah.
Their own-
So now, once you change it to your business, if you go to somebody else's page and you like them, they will know that it's your business like.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
That's where we can find it.
And this is a better way to do commerce, in my opinion. You can blend the two between yourself and your business speaking as the page. If you forget, just look at the icon. If it's your face, you need to change it to the icon of your avatar for your page. That's kind of an easy way to know where you are. Right here, to change it back, you just click it back, use Facebook as Pete, and you just toggle back and forth. So now I can go out through the Facebook universe as my page and start posting things, which is what I do. I run the page for the Pleasant Hill Chamber of Commerce, their Art, Wine, and Jazz Festival. So I'll go out there. Here's an example of that. This is really me. I put this on my community page. I own this page, but I posted for the benefit of the Art, Wine, and Jazz Festival as the page instead of having my mug right there. It's the avatar for the page. So that's a different way. That's a better way, in my opinion. It's branding, right? And it's coming from your page, and it's appropriate. In other words, this content for this event absolutely belongs on the Pleasant Hill community page. It adds value to that type of a page. So that's the way to think of it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You didn't see us.
Right.
It's recent.
It's
a fairly recent change.
It is.
Within, probably in the last 8 months.
Right.
Well, I know it all of a sudden got linked to the owners, our page, all of a sudden, it was like, wait a minute, what are we doing
Which is
here?
really nice, because I know when I used to go to our Facebook page, it was like, well, I'm not gonna post anything, because that's gonna be my picture up there, looking like I'm saying that
Right,
on behalf of my company, which is
Right.
not what I wanted.
right.
Yeah. So we're going to switch gears in just a minute, but before we do, what I want you to think about with Facebook pages is what I was suggesting, the way that you think about websites. Don't just have a page and have that page be all things to all people. Have dozens of Facebook pages that are one thing to the right person. Niche-specific marketing. There's other value to that too, and that is that, think of this, if Facebook, if the search engines are ranking these pages with SEO, and all the content on those pages are using keywords that people search with, like buy a home in Walnut Creek, sell a house in Danville, whatever it happens to be, it's just peppered all over the page in various ways for various reasons. You're going to have a much easier time getting ranked, as opposed to one page, one size fits all, with all this content that's not really connected to each other niche specifically. You'll get there eventually, but you're going to get there faster this way.